Hi, welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Now, as you may see from the title, I sort of posed a question today. Does the deal for Pedro prove that the Benzema deal could still happen? Now, all the experts, every single one of them that you would have heard over the past couple of weeks have said that Pedro is going to Manchester United. Manchester United flew out to Spain to get the deal done. Every single one of these great Spanish correspondents, the experts, all of them spoke about Pedro, where he's going to play, etc., etc., etc. Where did Pedro end up at Chelsea? Not one of those experts called it. Not one of them. Right? Not one of them. I've heard some of them come on the radio, etc., and they said, "Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it." Now, does this just prove that although a lot of the talk coming out of Madrid has been that Benzema will not be leaving, that Benzema there are no plans for Benzema to go to Arsenal, and that there are no plans to sell Benzema, could this just show that a deal to get Benzema done could still happen? We're being told today that Arsenal have bid £48 million and that this bid has been accepted. Now, again, it's rumours. One of the people who's even sort of backed this rumour has been ex-England and QPR player and respected correspondent on radio, Rodney Marsh. He said that a contact at Madrid told him that Benzema will be going to Arsenal, and his quotes were, "In the past, he's always been right. He's never been wrong yet, so we'll have to wait and see." And even Jan Argafjortov, who again another respected journalist, gets a lot of things right. This guy, he said, "I understand that when he says he's obviously on about Benzema, he's on the transfer table. Arsenal are sitting at the table, but Wenger hasn't yet said all in." So what do you believe? What do you believe? It is rumbling on. I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, why are you talking about it? It's not happening. Nobody at the moment can say that this deal is not happening unless you are Florentino Perez. I think the things we know are that Benzema would like to stay at Real Madrid. But we don't 100% know if Real Madrid would not accept a mega offer from Arsenal. And I think it would take a mega offer to get Benzema over the line. Would Madrid accept that sort of offer? Because you think about it, it's probably the last time they get offered that sort of money for Benzema. If they got rid of him, say, next season, they're not going to get anything near like 40-45 million. The money would be much lower. It would be a year older. So it's really, really interesting to see what happens. But the whole thing with Pedro, to me, just shows that don't discount Benzema coming to Arsenal, because nobody saw that Pedro thing coming. Every single body out there thought that he was heading to Manchester United, and now he's going to be signing for Chelsea. Grzegorz Krychowiak, or as I was told to pronounce it, Krychowiak, right? I hope I pronounced that right. Now, one of his teammates, Vicente Iborra, said that he's very worried at the moment about him leaving, especially leaving to go to Arsenal. He wants to keep his best teammates around him. The rumours are still flying around, even though Arsene Wenger yet again said, listen, we're not in for Krychowiak. We intend to keep him. We don't intend to sign him. We've made no bid for him. There's going to be a lot of activity, I think, happening last minute at Arsenal, and it's unfortunate. We all hate it. Why does it always have to be lastminute.com? But it seems like we're definitely heading that way again this season. I don't know. I had a really, really interesting interview yesterday. If you get a chance to watch it, it's the website right now, also on our YouTube page. had an interview with Paul Merson, of course, ex-Arsenal great, and also now Sky correspondent. And he said, as far as he's concerned, Arsenal are still short. We're short of players, short of 3 players, he thought. He thinks we could do with a centre-back. But in particular, he still feels we need a holding midfielder because whilst he's happy with Coquelin, he still feels that Coquelin's very raw, as was seen at Crystal Palace, is what he said. And he said we should definitely be moving all out to try and get Benzema, because he just feels that if we get Benzema, and you've got Benzema and and Alexis on the same team sheet alongside Mesut Ozil and guys like that, he's just saying, listen, that would be awesome. And that is the sort of thing that could push us on to win things. Paul Merson there saying that we're short. And I think that's, he's just reflecting what a lot of people are saying out there right now. It's whether Arsene Wenger believes we're short. They're definitely making moves. As I said, they're definitely trying to get one of these big signings across the line. But I know fans out there, I met quite a few of them yesterday at this event. And not many are sympathetic to the fact that it's very hard to get these deals done. Most of them are like, listen, don't tell us about difficulty in getting it done. You got the money, get it done. And I think Arsene Wenger and Arsenal right now, because of this whole Benzema thing, are under a lot of pressure to get it done. I mean, we've been hearing yesterday, if they don't get Benzema, they may turn to Cavani. It could be really interesting to see what happens as we go towards the end of this transfer window, because if they don't get Benzema, as I said, they're going to be under extreme pressure to bring in somebody of some high stature and caliber to really appease Arsenal fans. Or would it be that Arsene Wenger just does his usual and says, you know what, Arsenal fans, I don't care what you said. This is my judgment and that's it. And he is the manager after all. So I suppose that's what he's paid to do, make those sort of decisions. Suggestions yesterday, this one was an interesting one from Emmanuel Frimpong, ex-Arsenal player, reminding Arsenal about Benica Fobe, who scored yet again yesterday for Wolves against Queen's Park Rangers. He's prolific. There's 16 goals now in 25 games he scored for Wolves. Before that, out on loan for MK Dons, he scored 19 goals in 30. I mean, this guy, he's banging them in. Now, Frimpong yesterday tweeted out and said, Arsenal better have a buyback clause on Nifobi. You know what? I was thinking about that. I hope they have got some sort of buyback clause, because the way he's playing at the moment, I mean, and already we're seeing this week, we've been told that Norwich City have made an offer to Wolves to try, who only just signed him, by the way, I think it's in the January transfer window. They've made an offer to Wolves to try and sign a Fobe. I really do hope that Arsenal do have a buyout clause, because the way in which he's progressing, he could definitely make it back into the Arsenal first team. And remember, it's a player that we've brought up through our system, etc. But Benica Fobe is on fire at the moment. Please, Arsenal, you've got that buyback clause. And final rumour, this one's one of the best rumours I've heard all summer. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant rumour is about Mesut Ozil. Besiktas apparently have made inquiries about Mesut Ozil. But maybe they're thinking to sell the whole club to buy him. I mean, it was quoted yesterday in the Turkish media, and if you ever want to see stories that are way exaggerated, the Turkish media is always great for that. Ex Besiktas board member Erol Kaynar, he claimed on Turkish radio yesterday that the head of transfers at Besiktas met with Mesut Ozil's agents last week and made an inquiry about his availability. Now, listen, I mean, I think if Arsene Wenger sold Mesut Ozil to Besiktas, I mean, then I think any deal would be possible. Maybe we'd have Messi coming in the other way or something like that. I mean, that would be the most unlikeliest deal to happen. Maybe they made an inquiry about him later on in his career, because Mesut Ozil has said in the past that maybe one day he might either finish up playing football in Germany or in Turkey, which of course is the home of his ancestors. He may decide to go back there, but there is no way on this earth that Arsenal are going to sell probably their most important player right about now from their team, Mesut Ozil. Right, let's get into a couple of your comments. Baracho Aveja says, Benzema is staying. Forget him. Let's go for Cavani. People talk about how much he bottles it, but if you get 30+ goals every season for 5 seasons, you must be doing something right. He's cheaper than Benzema too. Before you say he plays in a bad league, he killed it in Serie A as well. If we get him, excuse me, there will be disappointed fans, but their frowns will soon disappear when they see that he is quality. It's possible to pull it off. They just bought in Di Maria, who can play wide, and Ibrahimovic looks as if he's going to continue on. Get Cavani. Listen, I don't think fans would be disappointed if Arsenal bought in Cavani. I think they would be happy. I think they prefer Benzema because Benzema is obviously the #1 target. But I think they would be happy with him. I do think his style of football would suit the Premier League. The only thing I do think with Cavani is that we just haven't seen it from him for the past couple of years. And I'm just wondering to myself, are we watching another sort of Fernando Torres type player where he's losing his powers a bit? Christian Lara says Camacho from Malaga would be good as a defensive midfielder. And of course, he does come very highly rated. Michael Messi, Italy, said Arsenal should go in for Carlos Vela. Yes, he predominantly plays down the right wing, but he can also play as a striker, which is his second position. And if you offer enough to Sociedad, they will sell. We should also just go and get... Sorry, he says he's also just as good as Griezmann, if not better. I'm sorry, he's not, to me, not as good as Griezmann. And I said it before, he's been in the Premier League before and at Arsenal, and he didn't really, he just looked lightweight. Good, talented player, but I think his style of football does suit La Liga, where it's a little less physical. Power Voltaire simply says, Arsenal need to buy Cavani or it's #Wenger out. Right. And last one here, I'll go with Craig Barlow. He says, Bayern Munich don't sell unless they want to. 50 million is a great sum, but Müller and Lewandowski are too important to them. Of course, we spoke about both of them yesterday. That Arsenal earlier on in the season reportedly put a bid in for both of them, and both of those were rejected. They're trying to make big moves, Arsenal. It's whether or not they're going to be able to get any of those over the line. But with what has happened with Pedro yesterday, we live in hope. Thanks for watching AFTV Transfer Daily. We'll be back around about the same time tomorrow.